From the earliest civilizations known to humanity, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, known as Mesopotamia, has produced some of the greatest rulers in history. These kings left behind legacies that changed the course of human civilization, from the creation of the first written language to the building of monumental structures that still last today. In this video, we will delve into the fascinating world of Mesopotamian rulers and discover the stories of their rise to power, their conquests, and their impact on the ancient world. King Sargan. King Sargan of Akkad was a powerful ruler who lived in the 24th century BC in Mesopotamia. He is known for founding the Akkadian Empire, which was the first empire in world history. Sargan's empire covered a vast area, including modern-day Iraq, Syria, and parts of Iran and Turkey. According to historical records, Sargan was born in Azupiranu, a city in Mesopotamia. His parents were not members of the royal family, but rather, his mother was a high priestess and his father was a gardener. Sargan's birth story is shrouded in legend, with some accounts suggesting that he was abandoned as a baby and left to float down the Euphrates River in a reed basket. Despite his humble origins, Sargan rose to prominence in Mesopotamia. He served as a cupbearer to the king of Kish, a powerful city-state in Sumer. Sargan eventually overthrew the king of Kish and went on to conquer other Sumerian city-states. He united these city-states into a single empire and established Akkad as its capital city. Sargan was known as a strong military leader, and he is said to have won many battles during his reign. He also introduced Akkadian as the official language of his empire. Sargan preserved the Sumerian religion while trade flourished in Mesopotamia. Various goods such as pearls, ivory, wool, and olive oil were exchanged for metals such as copper and silver. He is also credited with establishing a system of government that was based on the rule of law, and he is said to have been a patron of the arts and architecture. Sargan ruled his empire for over 50 years, and his legacy continued long after his death. The Akkadian Empire remained a dominant force in Mesopotamia for centuries, and the Akkadian language and culture continued to influence the region long after the empire fell. Today, King Sargan of Akkad is remembered as one of the most important figures in Mesopotamian history and a pioneer of empire building. Hammurabi. Hammurabi, an Amorite ruler, became the king of Babylon around 1792 BC, despite his ruthlessness towards his enemies and his destruction of cities. Hammurabi provided unity and stability to his empire. He established Babylon as his capital, which became one of the greatest cultural, commercial, religious, and scientific centers in the ancient world, where mathematics and medical knowledge flourished. Hammurabi is also remembered for his code of laws, which he issued early in his reign. The code consisted of 282 laws that covered a wide range of subjects, including property rights, family law, and criminal law. The code was carved on a large stele, which was placed in a prominent location in the city of Babylon so that everyone could see it. The laws of Hammurabi's code were harsh, and the punishments for crimes were severe. The code was based on the principle of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, meaning that the punishment for a crime should be proportional to the harm caused. However, the code also recognized the importance of social class, and punishments were often more severe for commoners than for members of the nobility. Despite its flaws, Hammurabi's code was a significant achievement of his reign. It was one of the first legal codes in history, and it set a standard for law and justice that would be emulated by later civilizations. Despite the effectiveness of his code in maintaining peace, it could not stop rulers from attacking each other. Hammurabi even turned against his ally, the king of Mari, destroying his palace and the temple of the sun god Shamash. Legend has it that there was an inscription on the temple containing a curse, which Hammurabi ignored. The inscription stated that whoever desecrated the shrine would be destroyed, along with their offspring. Hammurabi's dynasty lasted only a few generations before it was overthrown, but his legislation left a significant impact on history. Nebuchadnezzar II. Nebuchadnezzar II was one of the most prominent and successful kings of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. He ruled from 605 BC until his death in 562 BC, and during his reign, Babylon became one of the most powerful and prosperous cities in the ancient world. Nebuchadnezzar II is known for his military campaigns, which expanded the Babylonian Empire to its greatest extent. He was an accomplished general and strategist, and he fought many battles to conquer new territories and assert his authority. He conquered several neighboring kingdoms, including Jerusalem, and deported thousands of Jews to Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar was also a patron of the arts and architecture. He undertook major building projects in Babylon, including the famous Hanging Gardens, which were one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. He also rebuilt the city's temples and palaces, including the impressive ziggurat of Atemenenki, which was dedicated to the god Marduk. The way of processions led to the huge palace complex, starting from the amazing Gate of Ishtar. The Gate of Ishtar was one of the 8 gates that surrounded the inner city of Babylon. The gate made of glazed bricks and was one of the most impressive structures in Babylon. It was decorated with vibrant blue, yellow, and white tiles, and the walls were adorned with over 575 depictions of lions, bulls, and dragons, which were believed to be protective spirits. In addition to his military and architectural achievements, Nebuchadnezzar was also known for his religious and cultural activities. He was a devout worshipper of Marduk, and he sponsored many religious festivals and ceremonies in Babylon. He also promoted the Babylonian language and culture, and his reign is considered a golden age of Babylonian literature and scholarship. Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great was the founder of the Persian Achaemenid Empire, which became the largest empire in the world at the time of his rule. He was born in Persis, in modern-day Iran, around 590 BC. Cyrus inherited the throne of Anshan from his father, later conquered the Medes to expand his empire. He then went on to conquer the Lydians, the Babylonians, and other peoples and empires, creating a vast empire that spanned from the Aegean Sea to the Indus River. Cyrus was known for his military tactics and strategic alliances, but also for his religious tolerance and humane treatment of his subjects. He respected the customs and religions of the people he conquered, and was known to have freed the Jews from Babylonian captivity, allowing them to return to Jerusalem and rebuild their temple. The sack is recorded in the Hebrew Bible and is considered by many to be a significant event in Jewish history. The Cyrus cylinder, discovered in 1879, is an ancient artifact that bears an inscription written in cuneiform script. It describes Cyrus' conquest of Babylon and his efforts to restore temples and allow people to practice their own religions. The cylinder is considered by many to be the world's first charter of human rights, as it declares that all people should be free to practice their own religion and live peacefully. Cyrus the Great died in battle in 530 BC His legacy as a great conqueror and a just ruler lives on, and he is still celebrated in Iran today as a national hero. Darius I. Darius I, also known as Darius the Great, was the third ruler of the Achaemenid Empire of Persia. He ascended to the throne in 522 BC after a period of political instability and rebellions in the empire. He is known for his successful military campaigns, administrative reforms, and building projects. One of Darius' most notable achievements was his establishment of a highly organized and centralized administration that divided the empire into 23 provinces, each governed by a satrap governor who answered directly to the king. In his time, coins began to be minted in Persia, which facilitated trade. Irrigation systems were improved and irrigation tunnels built. Darius also created a network of roads and postal stations to improve communication and trade, and built monumental structures like the Royal Road and the Palace of Persepolis. Under Darius' leadership, the Persian Empire reached its greatest extent, stretching from India to Europe, and including territories in Central Asia, the Middle East, and North Africa. He led successful military campaigns against the Greeks, Scythians, and other neighboring peoples. Darius was also known for his religious tolerance and support of cultural diversity. He respected the customs and traditions of the various peoples within his empire, and allowed them to practice their own religions and speak their own languages. He even commissioned inscriptions in multiple languages, including Old Persian, Elamite, Akkadian, and Aramaic. Darius died in 486 BCE. He is remembered as one of the greatest rulers of the ancient world, known for his military prowess, administrative genius, and cultural achievements. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content.